How are you? I understand Mike here wanted to see what Terry Lynn had to say. Mike, Terry Lynn's still speaking to my partner, okay? This is a girl you killed, all right? She's not missing anymore. She's dead. Terry Lynn was asked today if she wanted to call a lawyer 4 times. She said no, all 4 times. She went through 2 boxes of Kleenex, all right? She says on the 8th of April, Wednesday the 8th of April, 2009, at 3:30 in the afternoon, you drop her off at Pavey, south of Fife, south of the public school, where Tori walks out of. You tell her to get a girl, and you want her young. She walks up the street, you drive up to the old age home and you park your car. She walks up to Tori. Tori's nice to her. She trusts her. She holds her hand for a little bit. She walks up the street with her. Terry Lynn tells her about her little dog, gets her across the street to your car, opens the back door. Tori doesn't like it anymore. She pushes her in the car. You start driving. She says she's freaking out. She says she's worried about you. She's scared about what you're going to do. She says you guys hit the 401. You start driving to Guelph. You park outside a house. You go in for a little while. You come out with some drugs, she thinks. And you drive to the Home Depot. You park at the end of the parking lot. You tell her it's her turn to get out of the car. You tell her to go in there. You give her some cash because you don't want to use your debit card so you don't track it. She goes in there. She gets garbage bags like she's told to do, and she comes back out. Then you go driving. And you pull into a farmer's field right across from a house to the point where you're even asking her if anybody can see you. And what does she do? She says she goes for a walk because she doesn't want to see what happens. And then she comes back, and you're not sitting in the front seat anymore, Mike. You're sitting in the back seat. And she's not liking what she sees, so she walks away again. Then she comes back, and you make her hold one of those garbage bags while you put some of your clothes and her jacket and a hammer in the garbage bag. Then you drive to a gas station. She never sees Tori again. You drive to that gas station, you get out, you wash up, you dump the bag. You drive back to Woodstock. That's Terry Lynn's story, Mike. That's Terry Lynn's story while she bawls her eyes out through 2 boxes of Kleenex. And I ask her 4 times, hey, you want to call a lawyer? She says, I don't need to call a lawyer. I feel so bad about what happened. I just want to tell you all about it. That's what you're up against.
Terry Lynn's a liar.
Well, you're the only person that can tell us that, bud.
I just did.
You gotta be careful though, Mike, because some of the shit she said is backed by not just video but other evidence, but also some of the explanations that she gave as well are verified. And that's a little more graphic than I said it, but yeah, there is some stuff that she says that is true. There's no question. I'm not going to say it's not. But
how old are you, Mike? 28 years old? You want to tell us your side of the story? Get rid of your fucking security blanket and start being a man. Because it's not going to be her semen that we find on her body. When we look at the areas underneath the parts of the seat that you cut out, we're going to find her blood. Do you know how blood works? Do you know about red blood cells, white blood cells? White blood cells are thinner. They look like spit when they're separated from red blood cells. They're the ones that seep through into the foam. That's what we get the DNA from. Skin cells from her rubbing up and down against your seats in your car. Tori Stafford is all over your car. All over it. And Terry Lynn explains everything that she knows we're going to find. You're explaining nothing. So I don't give a fuck if you say one more word, tell you the truth.
All right, we're done then.
Well, I'm done with you anyway.
Okay.
This officer here is trying to understand what the hell you're going through. I don't care.
Who are you?
I'm the lead investigator here.
Okay.
Okay?
Terry Lynn's full of shit.
Well, that's going to be a funny thing for you to say in court, isn't it?
No.
Because how's the DNA going to be full of shit, Mike? Huh? How's the biologist from the Center of Forensic Sciences going to be full of shit? How's the pathologist that examines her body going to be full of shit? Explain that to me.
I'll be careful, Mike. That's a dangerous road to go up. If there's something you and I can clarify with what she said, then let's clarify it. But we can't just sit here with a blanket statement that she's full of shit, because there is some things that's truthful. And then by you saying that takes away your credibility. So we gotta be very careful with that.
I'm done with him.
Yeah.
This officer's got his job to do, Mike. He's got a different job than I do. For my investigation, you keeping your mouth shut is the best thing can happen. So keep on keeping it shut.
Okay.
Well, you know more than I told you anyway. It wasn't quite as eloquent as I would have put it, but anyways. This is, I mean, these people have been working on this stuff for over a month, right? So some of these people have been working from 6 in the morning to 1 in the morning ever since then. Some of them had 1 day off. So there's a little bit of concern and emotion, but I got to tell you, like you say, you know, it's just sitting saying a blanket thing about Tara. It's not. You're not doing yourself any good. At the same time, what he's saying is right. Like, I did watch what she was saying, and she was very emotional. There's no question. And she did go through Kleenex. There's no question of that. And she was upset. And there's stuff that she said that, I mean, was clearly known ahead of time by the investigators, and there's stuff that was said that by her saying it later proved out to be confirmed other ways. So don't, no, I can't say don't, you can do whatever the hell you want, but just be careful going up that road. I mean, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to try and back it. And like I said, there's no magical cleanser out there that cleans DNA out of a car. Just you and I sitting in here, Mike. Your DNA's in this room, my DNA's in this room. That's reality, right? Could be saliva, perspiration, we may have shed skin, hair, whatever, so you just can't wipe it out. And I can sit and tell you over the years of things that people have tried, different types of fuels, oils, filters. People have set fires to their cars lightly to try and get rid of stuff. But yeah, if that stuff is soaked right in, which it will, you've got an issue. And there's even actually a couple more things that actually he didn't say, whether he did, why he didn't, or whatever, that's fine. But he did talk to Terry today. Anyways, but if, like I said, I have no issues on that. That doesn't change my opinion, our discussion, to be quite honest. I mean, they've got their opinions, and obviously they're getting sick of listening to me, so they've come in and said their piece. But like I say, I've got no, I'm not pissed with you, so I'm not, but like I say, this is your chance. This is your chance to say your piece. And I'm sitting here willing to listen to it. Like you say, I've already told you my opinion, right? I've told you my role, right? My role is behavioral sciences. My role is to assess threat. And I've already told you I don't think you're going to go out and kill somebody else. So I've already told you. I've given you my side. But like I say, it's up to you. Like I say, I have no issue sitting here discussing this stuff. But you need to understand what you're up against.
Well, he just told me not to say anything more, so.
Well, it's up to you. You don't say anything to him.
That's what he said, though.
He doesn't want you to talk to him, but that's fine. I'm still interested in listening to you. But I have no issue with it. Like I say, if there's a way we can explain it, then I'll sit and listen to it. If it's oxys is the problem here, then we might as well start up that road. All right? If that's what's happened, and you've taken too many oxys and then went and grabbed her up, then let's deal with that now. All right? Because, like I say, some of the stuff she said's already being confirmed. And some of this you know is confirmed anyways, because you already knew some of the evidence was out there. So you know that that's already reality. But you also have to understand, when I talked earlier about the other cases where the people have sat here, acknowledge what they did and apologize, you never even heard of those cases, because the whole thing just flew right under the radar after that. All right? So that's up to you. But I think there's a couple things that we should probably discuss while I'm here. But I mean, you know risks that, are attached to having her in your car going up that highway, right? So you know there's a good chance that there's witnesses for that. So there's certain things that you can explain, and some of it might be a little more difficult, but like I say, I have no issue sitting in here going through it with you. Do you want to talk about the part of the school where she's grabbed? We can discuss that and see what your thoughts are there.
Why I ever started talking to trashy people, I don't know.
Well, you seem smarter than this. So something happened, right? You've heard me say it 50 times, probably. Something happened here, man. You don't find a radar for 28 years. So what happened?
I'm not saying anymore.
What part's hard? Was it hard just to even get talking about it?
I'm not saying anymore.
Why?
Because of the officer, because of what the lawyer said, now it's everything. I just don't. I'm not comfortable saying anything.
What's your concern about saying something now? Like at this point?
I'm not saying anymore.
What do you think is going to happen next?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Someone runs in here and starts barking. I'm done.
Well, the problem with that is, like I say, it's frustration of people that haven't slept great for days, right? They've all missed family engagements during that time, right?
Well, maybe then he should have a Coke and a smile and try to talk to me later.
I don't think he will. I don't think those guys will. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here, but like I say, it's my role's a little bit different, and I don't think you'll have to worry about those guys coming around seeing you. And again, it all goes back to there's emotion over stuff like this. All right, it's I can't sugarcoat it. Like I've sugarcoated some, but it's a serious situation. You can't sit and
I know it's
downplay
very
that,
serious.
you know? It's like I say, we talked about it before, and if that's what it was, that you used some oxys and did this, then that's fine. Like you say, we'll deal with it. But nobody's gonna no one's gonna care 2 years from now. And that's what you say, right? Because you've had 2 years to think about it and say, oh well, this is the best way to go. And it's not going to come across as believable. Like you say, when Terry came in and said some of the stuff she said, and then some of it she said.
Terry's an uncredible person.
Well, and the problem with that is when she starts saying stuff that can be verified. You know, it becomes very compelling, right? And that's what's, like I say, that's what's important. And not only because it would be different if she said stuff and it was full of lies, but that's not what happened. And it's like I say, what she says is compelling because it can be matched. And like I say, a lot of what's going to solve this case is video, because video is so prominent now than it was a few years ago, and technology is better. And again, there's some compelling things, as she has said, but the fact that your car was on that video long before, and it hadn't been released, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to verify it, and that's before they go and analyze your car. Which is going to, well, there's no way there's nothing in that car. She spent too much time in there. And there's no, you're not going to be able to explain, oh yeah, she was 8 years old, she was hitchhiking or something. You're not going to explain how her, you don't have the relationship with that kid to have her in your car prior to this. So understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Okay. All right. Do you understand where I'm coming from, though? Why I want to get this out?
You just want me to say whatever. You just want me to say things. So it's open and closed.
No.
So it's over and done with. That's it. This is how it is. Nothing more to talk about.
No, actually, because actually, that's fair. That's a very fair statement, actually. But I got to tell you, in this case, it's not. It doesn't matter. If you and I never meet, if the police don't even interview about this, it doesn't change what the evidence is, right? But the reality of it is, it is an unusual case. It's an unusual circumstance for someone like yourself who has no previous real criminal experience, has no real past in relation to any type of sex offending, who has no bizarre behavior, right? You're not out torturing kids or doing anything bizarre. No bizarre behavior. Let's be realistic. There's no bizarre behavior really documented on here. And for you to be involved and have a role like this in this situation is unusual. So yeah, I'm compelled and I'm interested to listen to what you have to say. But does it open and shut this case? No, because as you can tell, they really don't care that I'm in here talking to you, right? Their feelings is more important to them, and getting their side out and raising their voice at you is more important to them than having me sit in here with you. I mean, they've made that pretty clear. So, like I said, I'm interested because of the why. Because it's different. Gotta tell you, it's different. And but at the same time, I'm gonna say this again: your credibility is important, and you have to understand where I'm coming from. And I don't know if you believe me or not, but I need you to think about it at least. When I say people think the worst, without knowing the facts, that's reality. Whether you've chose to do that or ever done that in your life, we all have. We think the worst, and what happens is people start making up their own reasons as to why things happen, right? And start their own stories and their own rumors. So you and I sitting here explaining, holy shit, this is it. And maybe you can't. I mean, maybe you decided that you were going to try this with a kid and there's no real logical explanation. That's why you can't tell me. Maybe that's reality. Or maybe you're embarrassed about a drug habit that got away from you. But I'm telling you, as sure as I'm sitting here, like, people think, and you know that, you've heard me say it, but if you stop and think, people think the worst. All right?
And let them think what they're gonna think.
What's that?
Then let them think what they're gonna think.
And they may. I mean, see, they're gonna think the worst. There's no question about that. All right? People will think the worst until they know the truth. So, like I said, that's why I'm sitting with you. So, if this is an oxy thing that get out of hand, that's why I was prepared to listen to it. Like, if it's not, then that's fine too, right? Then it's something else. Then it's an uncontrollable sexual urge that people have. I mean, that's different. Okay.
I'm done.
That's as real as I can put it.
I'm done.
Why?
I'm not talking anymore.
How come?
I've already told you why.
Just because of all the different angles and all that?
I just don't feel comfortable talking about it.
So you're prepared then to just leave it like this and you're gonna ride it out from here, see where it goes?
Yep.
You think that's the best way to do it?
I don't know. I've never been in this chair before. I don't know.
Any questions of me?
No.
Need something to eat?
Yeah, but you don't care if I need something to eat.
Why would you say that?
Because you don't.
I wouldn't ask if I didn't care.
You're here for your job.
Nope. I could have walked out, I don't have to ask you because you got it going right here, right? But the reality of it is, I know that you're gonna go back and sit and sleep or do whatever for a while, and you'd be better to do it on a full stomach. That's all it is to it, man. But I don't have to ask you if you want food, but I am prepared to get you food.
Oh,
That's
I can
reality.
eat, and then you can say, "Oh, look, he had an appetite. This is how he must have been feeling. Oh, he drank his tea. This is how he must be feeling." Forget the fact he's just starving and.
No, you're reading too much into it, man. No, that's not what it is at all. I offered you something to eat because I thought if you're hungry, you can eat it. I don't care if you eat it or not, right? I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't matter to me if you eat or you don't eat.
And that doesn't go in anywhere in any of your reports.
What's that?
That I ate or not ate.
No, because it's on the video. It doesn't matter if you eat or not. I don't have to write any report. My report doesn't say if you ate or not. My report says what we talked about. That's all. Right? I don't, no, that's reality, man. I ask people that. But, no, I don't, like I say, it's, your appetite at this point doesn't matter, really. I come in here, I sat to explain to you what the evidence was, had a discussion. Actually, I don't think there's any animosity between us. So we had a discussion about what the case facts are, and that was it. So it doesn't matter to me if you eat or not, but it was a legitimate offer. If you want something, I'll arrange for you to get it. There's no issues that way. But you read too much into it, man. Do you want something to eat?
I need something to eat, yes.
All right. We'll get you something to eat.
Something plain, something simple and plain.
What were you thinking?
Something, anything plain.
Soup or something? Or?
Sure.
All righty.
I'm allergic to mushrooms and onions.
Is that like some type of allergy, is it?
Sorry?
What type of allergies does it make you go into throw up or anything?
The mushrooms make me pretty ill. And the onions just make me nauseous.
Okay. All right. Look at me. Take it easy.
Mm-hmm.